in your point of view, what do you think about our way of learning English?
I think right now in school we're learning maybe too much grammars. Put emphasis on the correct form that we're supposed to be perfect all the time, rather than the practicality side of English. I think the way that English is supposed to be it's a communication facilitator for us to be able to communicate to each other. So I think school right now should include more listening and speaking in addition to grammar, and maybe lower the emphasis on grammar. Yes, grammar is important, but the way that us can be communicated is, I think, the purpose of having English in our life.
And they might come back and say, well, we don't have enough foreigners. Who we gonna talk to? Who we gonna practice English with? Yeah,
I don't think it has to be foreigners. I think Thai people have capability. We have ability to learn. So we just start small, right? And it can be multiply and amplify. So we just start small, have a small group of teachers, start learning English with, could be native speaker, could be Thai people like us who can speak English. And then they can go on and teach other people. Make it less of a stigma, I would say, that speaking English wrong is bad. And have them more confidence in just learning and try.
I see. And one of the hardest thing I think you also experience when you teach here is that students, they're very shy, they're trying to stay quiet as much as they can. What, you might not know the exact answer, but what your suggestion or what?
I think this might have to go back to the Thai educational system problem. Our learning system or standard way is for us to just take in class, taking notes and not really raising their opinions. And participation is very low importance in the classroom. And that just makes the student very comfortable just sitting down, writing notes and not doing anything. So I think if we could do something, it has to be that big picture, that the system should include more participation based, make students more confident to speak up. And I think once they have the confidence in language, it's just another thing that they have to put it on top.
It's a fun question. Have you, after you be living so long in the States, have you ever watched dubbed movie?
Yes.
Do you find it funny?
It's very funny. Like I do think that people who do the voiceover are the same group of people for every single movie. And the sounds that come out are pretty funny, because it's like they always make weirder or try to make it funnier. And you don't really get the sense of what a movie actually is. Yeah.
Another one question that might be the last question. What do you think about people who speak Thai mixing with English all the time? Do you think it's good or bad?
I think as long as they get the point across and they're not trying to pretend to use one word just so that they feel better than the other.
Superior than that.
More superior, then I don't think it's a bad thing. Like for me personally, I use a lot of English word because I have a mind fog about the Thai word, or sometimes the English word get the point across better.
Come to the last point. Can you maybe give some suggestions for people who are learning or trying to better in English?
Okay, so I think that's probably come back to what we talked earlier. Just be confident. I think that's the most important thing, because that would allow you to speak up. And anything that come out, if it's wrong, it's fine. If it's correct, it's great. But then it's allow you to be able to improve. If you notice that you are wrong, you can allow other people to correct yourself, or you can even correct yourself.
Okay, thanks very much for ขอบคุณมากครับผม